Hi, I'm Miss Kim, the art instructor at the Music Connection in Orland Park, the studio there, and I'm excited to teach you today's project, a paper bag mask, Picasso-styled piece of art done with chalk. So let's begin. So what I did is I bought a bag at Aldi for 7 cents. So this one's printed, of course, on both sides. So when you do your chalk, it'll show through the print. So what I did is I took my scissors and I simply cut along the side here and then across the top like this. So I'm cutting the top like so, and then just kind of opening up the bag here a little. Sorry. All right, so we open the bag like so, and then I know it's a little awkward, but we're going to cut down this part of the bag now. So this way we can turn the bag inside out for doing the mask. So I go all the way down like so, and I turn it inside out on the bottom, okay? Then you're gonna flip it all around like so. Now, of course, if you have a plain bag at home, you don't have to do any of this, but because I found a printed bag, this is what you'll have to do, okay? And you're just putting the bag back together, inside out, basically, so you can have a plain side bag to work on. Once you have this together, like I'm doing here, you can tape it to make it so you can put it on as a mask later. Okay? So that gives you an idea what the bag. I'm going to put that one to the side, take these cardboard pieces away. And here it is again. Okay? So I just refolded it back together. Picasso was famous for his abstract style portraits, and so he would do a frontal view and a profile, meaning the side view of your face. So he liked to cut that in half and do that and just use basic shapes for the abstract of it. I made a princess with a crown, abstract style, Picasso style. So I did take cardboard piece that I had. Now if you don't have a cardboard piece, you can take your cereal box, cut it, and use the inside where it's plain again, because this is where you're going to make your eye and your nose. What I did was I kind of measured about how much to use to cut out the nose on the cardboard, and then I trimmed it as I cut it out. Then I compared, and I noticed I had to trim it down a little. So that's what I did. And then for the eyes, I just kind of measured out again, and I cut it out, and then I just trimmed it to get to this size. I did one side, and then I cut this piece, and I just matched it on this cardboard and traced it and then cut it. I do have a hot glue gun. I put it on a plate to be safe. Before we glue on the eye and the nose, I'm going to draw some parts to this. So I used a big thick Sharpie paint marker, but you can use a regular Sharpie, and we're going to just simply do that line on top going down to divide it in half. Right about there is fine. Then I'm going to do the crown, so I'm going to go across horizontally and down. So I'm making simple shapes to create that abstract effect, and you get the idea of it's a crown for a princess. Then I'm going to add the jewels. I'm going to do circles. And then on top I had created some lines like the hair. Now I'm going to come down to the left. I'm going to do the eye, as you can see in my example. I'm going to just simply put that diagonal line in first. That's kind of where the hair is coming in. And then a little bit of a squiggly line there for the eyebrow. Then I'm going to create that eye, and it's just like a shape like that with some eyelashes. 1, 2, and 3. Keep it simple. Abstract's pretty simple shapes. And then come down here, make that other line, and create 1, 2, 3 eyelashes, the eyeball, and a pupil, black pupil there. and then a little birthmark right there. And then the nose will come into play here. Down here is the mouth, and I'm just doing a simple round shape, almost like a clown mouth. And then I put a diamond shape within it, like so. What I did is took my scissors and just the top layer of the bag, I cut down and I went like that, and then I simply cut this way, and then I came down again this way. And then to make it even, I just tucked it in a little. So you have the mouth part cut out, as you can see. All right, now I'm gonna go back up into the drawing here. I made like a pointed chin here, like you can see here, and I'm gonna put some lines. And I just continued some lines down here. You want to do all your drawing of the markers now, because the chalk will then come in after. And then over here, we're going to do the hair again, coming down. And you can see I have the hair coming down, and I came into a point. And then this is where the cheek comes in. And I did some yellow in here. Okay, and the eye is going to go right in this space. I'm putting a little bit of an eyebrow there. Okay, cap your marker, and let's go ahead and take our cardboard nose, and we're going to color it yellow with your yellow pastel. And you just go ahead and color your nose. And if it's not the exact same yellow that I have here, that's okay. You can use whatever colors you'd like even. But you could follow along with mine, and the lines in the cardboard kind of make it interesting too. So just, it's okay if you just like get a rubbing and you get that pattern within there, and you could take your finger and just blend it with your finger, like I'm doing here. Okay. Then I take my hot glue gun and I glue from this part. I might want to take it from this point. Okay, so we're going to start at this end. And I'm squeezing and pulling the hot glue down, down, down. And it's coming through. You have to maybe pump it a little bit. The handle of the glue gun. Be careful. And then on this side. But you're going to have your cardboard bent in the middle to give it that dimension of the nose. So there's some width to it. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and glue it right there with it bent onto the paper bag like so. Be careful, the hot glue it's very hot, and just push this upward so it has that shape of the coming up. With my marker, I'm putting 2 nostrils like I have here, one here and one here. And we're gonna let that glue dry and cool off. Next, I'm gonna do the eye. Like I said, I cut it with the cardboard, and now I'm going to color it with like a tan colored, skin colored chalk. So go ahead and do that. And this gives it texture and dimension, and you're learning how to cut and use a paper bag and you know, cereal box or any kind of cardboard you have that your parents are done with. Ask first, don't just cut into anything, ask first. And then just use your finger and blend and rub that in to create the skin tone of the eyelid, the top lid and the bottom lid. So we'll kind of position where it's going to go, but as you can see I have an eye in there. We have to draw that eye before we can glue the eye down. So over here is the eye, and it might be a little off with the profile eye. That's okay. That's abstract, and you're going to go like this to create the eye. And inside the eye there, and there's a circle and the pupil. And what we're going to do, like I have in my example here, is we're going to color the pupil, the part here, white, just like an eye is. Has that. And if it's a little off-white, that's okay. And then the eye itself, I'm doing like an olive green, like I did in my example. So I'm going to color that in. And it's kind of chalky like this, so then you use your finger, you'll blend it, then it'll look better. Like, see how I'm doing that? And you can do that green in this eye as well with leftover on your finger. I use a paper towel to clean up my fingers, so when I'm blending, I'm not mixing the colors too much. Okay, now I'm going to take this part and glue it on. So I'm going to take my glue gun, glue the top, like so, it's a little, and you want to bend it so it creates a dimension. Ooh, and it gets a little hot, be careful. All right. And then the bottom of the eye, I'm going to glue. Ooh. All right, and I'm going to add that in to the pitch, into the eye here. And you're kind of shaping it, the cardboard, to create those lids. And they can go over the other one like I have in my example. It might be a little bigger. That's okay. And just let it cool off and dry. Okay, sometimes the glue gets stringy. You could take those strings off your fingers. Let it dry, and this glue will come up later. Let it dry like that and stay on the bag. It's okay. Once it's cool, you could peel that off easily. But right now it's really hot. You don't touch that part. All right, let's go back to coloring our bag. So let's do all the light colors you would want to do first. I'm not going to do the whole bag because this is a short tutorial, but you can always complete your picture. I'm going to take the light skin color, and I'm going to do the I'm going to first do the inside of the eye here, like so. And then I'm going to blend it with my finger. I'm going to take that olive green for the eye, like a hazel eye, and I'm going to blend it for my princess. My Picasso princess, I guess you can call her. Then I'm going to take my natural colored skin tone and for the eyelid, color it. And this bottom one. I might want to put a little in this to kind of coordinate with the other eyeball lids next door. Okay, and then I'm going to blend it with my finger. So I'll take my pinky. It's a good blending tool. And you're just blending the color in. Okay? Next, I'm going to take the light color and I'm going to do the background like so. Now, this mask and that mask are not going to be exactly alike, and that's okay, but you are getting the idea, and you can use whatever colors you have. If you don't have exactly the colors I have, that's fine. Just as long as you are learning about Pablo Picasso, abstract art, and working with chalks on cardboard and paper bag, you are learning plenty. All right, let's do the mouth. I'm going to do the red on the outside, like I have in my example. This space I had colored, and I'm just doing a quick color like this because I'm going to blend it with my finger. So you're not coloring it all the way in because once you blend it, it'll spread out with your finger. Okay? And I'm just doing a little bit within because I have some purple in there too. All right, I'm going to take my finger and blend. And there's the mouth. I'm going to take a little purple and do the inner part. And that you see there's purple and red mixed in for the inner part of the mouth. Okay, and it's like maybe the lipstick for the princess. Our Picasso style princess. All right, and I'm going to do the crown. Let's start with the blue. And stay within the lines of the crown, the pointy parts. You don't want to do the circles because those are going to be the gems in green. So they can be your emeralds within your crown. Okay. And then we blend with our fingers all the way within the shapes that we made for the crown. If a little bit gets on the outer part, it's really okay. You could maybe even take an eraser and clean up the ones that kind of went outside the lines a little bit if you want to. Okay? I do use my paper towel, clean up my fingertips a bit, and now I'm going to go with the green to go up into the rubies or the emeralds. I'm putting the gems within my crown like this. And I'm going to mix some more green within the crown for another color layer within the crown to make it more interesting. And you just blend with your finger, and that look nice. All right, and the hair on my princess is orange. So I'm going to go ahead and color her hair in like so. And down here, you want to get the hair colored in, and then you blend with your finger. You can go back in, take more time on this, And you can pause the video, do the mini tutorial, and replay. So I'm going a little fast, but you can always stop it and slow it down and replay. All right, I'm going to make the eyelid a little darker here with this color. Okay, and a little within this one. And then you would complete the rest of the skin tones on the background. Once you're done with all that, you would want to take your black spray pot and you kind of could go over some of these lines to give that texture effect, and around the nose like this, like I'm doing here, like my example, and around the eye to outline the eye. Once that glue is cool and dry especially, you can wait till it's dry. Once it is, you can peel that away and then draw your black around it to outline it as I have here. I did want to do some black here, just like I have the textures within this piece. I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and do the chin and blend it in so you kind of got the idea of how they look. And you can do some yellow up in here as well. And use your finger to blend. Clean it off with your paper towel. So there you go. They're not exactly the same, and that's okay. If you want more texture, you can go back over with another layer like I have here with the chalks to create that textured effect. And again, you could, once this is all dry, pull away that hot glue once it's dry and cool, and then you could draw like I have here. All right, so that completes the Picasso Princess project. Remember, be happy and keep creating. Bye for now.